Today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out my brand new 2019 Les Paul Standard from Gibson. I've been a longtime Gibson guitar fan, and with all the hubbub going on, I haven't really tried any of the new Gibson stuff. The last new Gibson stuff I tried was, I believe, the late 2017 models, basically pre-bankruptcy models. And my friend James over at Guitar Store became a Gibson dealer, and I was in the neighborhood recording, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna stop by and I'm gonna play me some Gibsons. Now, the Guitar Store has a bunch of Gibsons, but this one immediately stood out for me because A, it reminds me of a Les Paul that I had a few years ago, and I immediately noticed the dish in the body. The dish in the body is definitely more of the vintage aesthetic, meaning there's a little bit of a dish as opposed to just kind of being a little chubby as the pre-lawsuit guitars have been for 2 decades now. That instantly caught my eye, but I loved the finish, and I thought, you know what? I got some time to kill. Let's take this thing for a spin. So how does this guitar compare to other Gibsons of the past? Well, honestly, it feels like I'm playing an old guitar. This guitar feels fantastic. And the second that I played it, I absolutely fell in love with it, and I had to have it, which is why I bought it. This is not a sponsored video from Gibson. I am not affiliated with Gibson in any way. I simply found and bonded with a really cool guitar, and I took it home. And it was a great experience. And honestly, now that I've had it home for about a week, I don't feel like I need to change anything. I haven't even done a setup to the guitar. The guitar doesn't need a thing, which is very, very refreshing. Coming from the world that I lived in when I kind of went Gibson nuts a few years ago. Every single new Les Paul that I bought instantly had to go to my tech and instantly had to get a fret level, full setup. I would change out the bridge. I would change out the electronics. I don't have to do any of that with this 2019 Les Paul Standard. The orange drop caps in the cavity sound great. The hardware looks great. The burst bucker pickups sound fantastic. The 12-inch radius feels awesome. The Graphtec nut does its job. The Grover tuners don't need to be replaced. Oh, and also the finish. The bourbon burst finish is just, look at that thing. And lastly, my guitar weighs about 9.5 pounds. It is not chambered. It is not weight relieved. This is as Les Paul as a Les Paul can get. And I love it so, so much. Just the little details and the fit and finish. For comparison, my 2012 traditional that I bought brand new has several clamp marks underneath the finish where they were clamping the body when it was in the factory, amongst many other defects that are under the finish and absolutely came from the factory. None of those things exist on this guitar, and it feels like home, and I really, really enjoy it. All the pickable links down below in the description. You've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.